We want to do a giveaway since we made it to the 1,000 subscriber mark. So what you guys are going to do, you need to be a subscriber of this channel. You got to like this video, and you got to comment on this video what your favorite marble team is and why they're your favorite marble team. Or just give us a story, because we're going to select the winner of this. We're giving away a hoodie. We're giving away a hoodie of your favorite marble team.
Absolutely, yeah. Give us your favorite team. Give us a little background, maybe why you picked that marble. I think we all, especially everybody watching, all our friends have their own reasons why we picked the marble we picked. Some regret and my picking of my marble.
How's it going, everybody? We're rolling at you live with a special edition episode now. And do you want to tell the people, Shim? The milestone we've accomplished?
We got a pretty fun one in store. If you listened to last week, big 1,000 subscribers. It's a goal of ours, and we had a goal set out about 6 months ago, and we finally achieved it. So all thanks to you guys. So a little special episode coming at you today.
Definitely. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, everyone, for getting us to 1,000. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's more than we ever thought I think we would get this fast. Just thank you so much to all of you guys for listening. Keep hitting the subscribe button if you haven't.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, again, thank you all, everybody, and keep subbing, keep liking. Let's get into it because we got a lot to get to.
Before we get into it, we want to do a giveaway since we made it to the 1,000 subscriber mark. So what you guys are going to do, you need to be a subscriber of this channel. You got to like this video, and you got to comment on this video what your favorite marble team is and why they're your favorite marble team. Or just give us a story, because we're going to select the winner of this. We're giving away a hoodie. We're giving away a hoodie of your favorite marble team.
Absolutely, yeah. Give us your favorite team. Give us a little background, maybe why you picked that marble. I think we all, especially everybody watching, all our friends have their own reasons why we picked the marble we picked. Some regret and my picking of my marble at times, but I think we all have good reasons behind it. So we want to hear that in the comments. And obviously we want to see the representation of all those teams.
Even if you don't have any regret because you're riding with your marble.
I'm riding. It's just, it's tough seeing Slime Lime and some of my racers struggling. So,
but it's going to feel a lot better when you reach the top.
When?
I think the grass is always greener because I picked Rangers, obviously, and part of me wishes that I had a little bit more hardship. I mean, I have some now, but
that is a bad thing to say out loud.
Flags fly forever.
It's a bad thing to say out loud.
All right, yeah. So do that. We're going to give away a hoodie, T-shirt, whatever really you guys want out of the Jelles store, the Jelles Marblecast store. So comment, leave your reasoning, and we'll take a look at those and pick the best winner.
Yeah, just a little thank you from us, and again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and hopefully we can keep doing these in the future.
I was going to say, hopefully we do one at 2,500 or something like that.
We'd love it. Yeah, let's keep going.
All right, cool. And then right before we get into this video, we'll tell you what this video is all about in a minute. But our schedule, so today we're going to do this little fun side video that because we're in between Marbula 1 and our Marble League. Mm-hmm. And then we have next Tuesday's episode will be a preview of the qualifiers for Marble League.
Yeah, we're in kind of a little off season, but at the same time, it ramps up real quick. And so we're going to get ready for that.
We're both psyched.
We're both psyched.
Yeah, about absolutely. What's coming. Marble League is going to be so fun. Qualies are a really tense weekend because you just want to be in the dance. You want to have a chance at the dance.
There's going to be a lot on the line.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to be nervous. I think we'll be nervous doing this podcast, and I think everybody watching will be nervous. But in the meantime, a little filler episode.
Yeah.
I think we have some good ideas and some fun stuff to talk about. But obviously everyone's excited for the showdown coming up.
Yeah. And apologies, or honestly kind of exciting if you're either Purple Rockets, Blackjacks, Oceanics, and one other team.
Was it Balls of Chaos?
No, it wasn't. But there's another team who cannot qualify for Marble League. Oh, Minty Maniacs. Cannot qualify for Marble League. So kind of a no pressure situation. They can just watch without having any tension, but also your team stinks.
At the same time, you have some envy, right? You're watching and you're like, oh man, I should be here. But yeah, no pressure. I mean, they can kick their feet up a little bit, but if you're in the dance, if you're fighting in that qualification event, I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, we'll do a deeper dive, obviously, into all that a week from today. But right now, what we're doing is we're going to power rank all 32 of these marble teams.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Going to be fun. We spent a good amount of time doing this together.
Yeah.
We did a lot.
We did it together.
Rarely happens. We did a lot of research. I'm sure we're going to have some fellows and fellows, individual people, felons in the comments, giving us their 2 cents. We tried to do, a ranking we thought was fair. We're going to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I think, so when it comes down to criteria, definitely like Marble League finishes was weighted really high. Marble 1 finishes was weighted really high. Marble Showdown finishes weighted a little bit lower, but still had an impact. MS 100, also kind of right there, like not as big of an impact because it's not one of the main events, but also was this year, so it still carries a good amount of weight. And then also just total points that you've been able to accumulate in these Marble Leagues.
Absolutely. I mean, for me specifically, I really valued those podium finishes.
Yeah.
I think we both did. But as you said, we kind of weighed all the events. There's some races that have done better in Marble League compared to Marble 1. There's some races that don't have the amount of appearances that other racers do.
Right.
So it was very difficult because we have to weigh everything. But it'll be interesting what everybody thinks of our ranking. We could be right on. We could be absolute idiots.
It's fun because there's some subjectivity to it and some objectivity to it. It's hard for there to be a concrete list, So
yeah, I think
give us your thoughts on what our rankings are.
I think if 100 people did this list, it might differ from every person.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, there's some undeniable evidence to put someone in the top 5 or top 10 or in the bottom 5 or even last
or 32,
which we're about to get to right now.
Perfect. Jump into 32.
Number 32, a former fan myself.
Yep. Still a fan.
Still a fan, but in a time where I didn't really have anywhere to go. We're going to go with the Wolfpack, number 32. Kind of goes without saying if you've been a fan of Jelles marble racing. But you know what? Not really a great performance overall for the Wolfpack. Marble 1, their best finish is 19th place. They participated in Group B and failed to qualify in, I believe it's Marble League. Just not really much history to do with this team. The only fun fact I really found, if you're a Harry Potter fan, 3 members of the team share Harry Potter character names. That's really all I found.
Yeah. If you can name them, drop them in the comments. I personally don't think I can. Fenrir.
Yes, that is Plasma.
That's one of them,
I believe. No, Fenrir is Wolfpack. Yeah. I'm not a Harry Potter guy.
No, I'm not a Harry Potter guy, and I'm not a Wolfpack guy.
It's tough to be at 32.
But it's a team that I hope can do something in here in the future. It's one of these young teams that you look out for to do maybe something going forward.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to be a theme for these bottom teams. A lot of them are younger. A lot of them are newer. Just not much on the history slate yet to get them up there. Speaking
of history slate, let's go to 31 here. We got the Solar Flares, one of 2 teams, I believe, who have not even taken part in a Marble League qualifier. Solar Flares, Showdown, 12th 2 times in 2 seasons. In Showdown, they got 12th place. That's just escaping. I mean, that's not good. And MS 100, they got 30th place. So you're picking hairs between Solar Flares and Wolfpack here, but I think maybe it came down to just the Showdown finishes.
Yeah, no, I think our next team actually was the other team in Marble League. But again, a team, interesting, a new team. Not much to write home. I'm going to move to 30 if that's all right.
I'm just so curious to know, especially if you're in this bottom 5 teams. Drop a comment if you're a Solar Flares fan, Wolfpack fan, next team fan that we have up here. Mm-hmm. Turtle Sliders. What you take away?
No, Turtle Sliders. Same thing. Marble 1, their best finish is 14th place. Like Russ said, one of 2 teams, Solar Flares and Turtle Sliders. They've never appeared in Marble League.
Yeah.
So again, there's some youth to these teams. I'd love to hear from the fans out there. Hopefully brighter days ahead.
Yeah, Turtle Sliders, if you're going to look at those bottom 3 teams, Wolfpack, Solar Flares, Turtle Sliders, new teams, really no history at all. Mm-hmm. Pick one of those teams that you think has a good chance to do well going forward, or a team that you would love to see do well going forward.
Oh man, that's a great question.
Yeah. Thanks.
I'm going to go stay true to my Wolfpack. I was a fan. I still consider myself briefly, shortly a fan. I don't really know. The sample size on these 3 teams are just not big enough for me to make an accurate prediction.
And none of them did anything in MS 100, which was one of our favorite events.
Nothing. I mean, you look at it here, Turtle Sliders, 28th place, Solar Flares, 30th. I know the Wolfpack, we don't have it in our notes, but 21st, 23rd.
Something like that.
Just not there. So that's a great question. I don't know if I'd pick any of them.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest.
Personally, I like the Turtle Sliders. I'm hoping the best for them in the future. I don't know what it is. The Solar Flares, I don't really have any love for, but Turtle Sliders, I'd like to see do something here going forward.
I like it.
A team that we don't have any love for and that we hope nothing but failure for going forward. It's harsh to say, but
this fan base might come after us.
Fan base might come after us, but I don't think they have any fans. So the Purple Rockets, 29th on our list. Marble League, nothing to show for it. No results. Showdown, they got 9th in 2 seasons in the Showdown. However, we mentioned it earlier, they cannot be in this year's Marble League because they were bottom 4 in the Showdown last year. So that right there puts them so far down this list. The only redeeming quality is that in MS 100, they had a surprising 4th place finish.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of when our beef develops with the Purple Rockets fan base.
Yeah.
They, according to our list, they outshined what they were supposed to do in the Survivor 100. A team that's, not had great success, but, that's, that 4th place finish is something to really build off of.
Yeah.
But we'll see what they do in the future. Obviously, it's going to be a long road ahead for them.
It is, and they're going to have a long off season here with not being able to participate in Marble League. So we'll see if they can crawl out of Showdown or do something.
Yeah, I'm going to let you take the next one.
Yeah,
if you can.
Oh,
yes,
okay, yeah.
I'm going to let you take that one.
28th, we got the Blackjacks, another one of Shimmy's teams. A theme developing here is that most of Shimmy's teams are down the list. M1, 11th place in 1 season. Marbula 1, only 1 appearance and 11th place finish. No medals achieved in any race, so was never able to crack the top 3. It's not really great. Continuous years of participating in Marble League, but absolutely nothing to show for it. And they cannot participate this year as the Purple Rockets I just mentioned because they finished bottom 4 in the Showdown last year. So Blackjack's really just making it up here because maybe we just like them the most out of these bottom 5 teams, but really nothing much. And I think we could probably just head to the next one unless you want to cover off something on the Blackjacks.
No, I'm ready to get to the next team. 27th on our list, and this pained me. It's going to be my Limers.
It's a bit of a surprise, I think, to both of us when we did a deep dive into their history.
Yeah, as a Limers fan, I really hated to see them this low. When you go through their history, and I'm going to go through it right now, it's really hard to watch. It's hard to read. Marble League, their best finish is 10th in 4 seasons, an 8th place finish at the Showdown in 4 seasons. Marbula 1, 15th. I love how Russ put a horrible finish here. Horrible finish this season 5, 18th place finish. We did perform well at Marble Survivor 100, which is pretty promising for us. Obviously, coming off of that and then showing the showing we had at Marbula 1 was pretty mind blowing.
Yeah,
how we performed like that. But we're hoping for brighter days in the future. Just a note here that I thought was interesting because obviously this happened before I was a fan, but there is some trouble with the Limer fans.
Yeah.
And there's some bad history.
How so?
There has been some rumors, and when I say rumors, these have been proven true. There are facts that the Limer fans love to throw debris on the course or on the track. Marble League 2019, there was a big issue where this, allegedly happened. But you know what? We don't want to pair a bad team with bad fans.
Yeah.
So I urge all you Limer fans out there, let's be better than that. There's brighter days ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing that in college football these days. Kids throwing their water bottles on the field.
It was really upsetting to read about because I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're going to show up here going forward, and our fans are going to be even better.
It's feeling like the Limers might be the black swan of the fruit circuit because the rest of these fruit circuit teams have really promising pasts. This one, not so much.
It was tough because at one point I read that we were in the basement. We were the bottom of the basement, and that's what they called us back a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Which
paper bags are being put on heads in Limer country.
Not anymore. We're gonna prosper. So,
all right,
on to number 26.
26. These are a theme I'm having. I guess it makes sense, but a lot of these teams further down the list are teams that you forget about when it comes to JMR and rooting for some of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to see some of these bottom third teams break out into relevancy soon. But number 26, Indigo Stars, a team that I pulled for during Marble Survival 100 and had a pretty good campaign coming in 11th place, is probably the reason that they're boosted up this high. Because Marble League, they haven't done much. 13th place is their best finish in 2 appearances. In 2023, they came in first in Marble League Showdown, which is another solid. I mean, that's something to build on. That was last year,
absolutely.
So that's something to build on. So yeah, look for the Stars going forward. I think they might be able to climb this list.
Yeah, I think it's a team you forget about because obviously they weren't in Marbula 1.
Yeah.
But to your point, I mean, some decent stats on the board.
Right.
And, we look for them in the future.
Yeah. And the thing about Marble Showdown is coming in first is great, but you're really playing you're the best of the worst is if you're first in the Showdown.
It's similar to that, B tier. Or
exactly.
That, the second relegation,
Sand
something
Rally
like that.
and something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number 25, Jungle Jumpers. Second in Marble League Showdown, a 7th place showing in Marble League in 2 appearances, which, 2 appearances, you gotta think about that.
Yeah.
Take that
They
into
qualified
account.
twice.
Yeah.
So tip your cap to that.
Impressive there. Marblelow 100, they have a 20th place finish in 1 appearance. And Survivor 100, they have a 12th place finish. A team that basically describes 25th place on our list. I couldn't say it any better.
Yeah.
Not great. I wouldn't even say good.
But has been there.
Been there.
Yeah.
And when they appear, they place. Not well, but not bad.
Yeah.
Mid.
Right. I think
mid,
we were like
it.
26 and below. You haven't even been there. Jungle Jumper's been there, done nothing there.
Yeah. No, that's pretty accurate.
Right. 24th, moving on to Team Plasma, another one of JP's teams, probably the best ranked team that he's got on this list.
Yeah.
Well, let me make sure that just stayed. Oh, yeah, it did. Team Plasma, Marble League, 1 appearance, 16th place. So we just talked about the best of the worst. This is the worst of the best. They qualified, did nothing with it. However, in the showdown, they also have a first place in 1 appearance. So they've been the best of the worst. They've been the worst of the best. Not sure which one you'd rather be. And then Marbula 1, 10th place in season 4, bottom 5 in season 5. So not much, but like the Jungle Jumpers have been there a couple times.
Yeah, we're seeing kind of a theme here with the past couple teams we went over. They're the best of the worst, as you said. They have some first place finishes or top 3 finishes in the showdown, but nothing really to show for it. Other than that,
right?
I think you described it great. So I'm going to move on to 23.
Do it.
Rojo Rollers. Another one of those teams. I just said it, but another one of those teams. In the showdown, they had a 3rd place finish in 3 seasons. Marble League, they actually have a 5th place finish in 3 seasons, 270 points. If you look at that over 3 seasons, not terrible. You were looking up the points, so you have something to say on that.
No, I think this is the first team on our list that you look at and you say, how could this be such a bad team? Because they're one of the older teams. They're like, this is the first team on our list so far that actually has some history, has been around for a while, and has made some noise, but when you go into their history, it's been pretty subpar. Yeah,
and I think the theme we're getting into now is teams that have been around, but they struggle to qualify.
Yes.
As you said, Rojo Rollers have been around, but they have 3 appearances in Marble League.
Yeah.
Marbula,
they've been around since 2018. And
Marbula 1, they have 1 appearance.
Right.
Obviously, there's different reasons for that, but at the end of the day, you got to qualify to get in.
And then MS100, a 20th place finish. I remember, if you remember this season that they had just had this year, it was so promising, so good. It's a microcosm of their entire career. Such a good start, and then just one bad week killed everything, and that was it for them.
Yeah, I know that story. That's for sure for my team.
So Rojo Rollers sitting at 23. Am I Minty or are you Minty?
You're Minty.
Oh, well, number 22, we just gave it away, Minty Maniacs. Another team that kind of gets forgotten but has been around for a while. Marble League, they have gotten a 3rd place in 4 appearances. 4 appearances in Marble League, 500 points overall. We're going to start getting into this Marble League points because as we go up the list, you'll see how impressive it gets.
Yeah.
And then Marbula 1 in 18th place in 2 seasons, really bad. So, I think it was just that was dragging them down, that Marbula 1 finish.
Yes. No, as Russ said, the points is something we weighed heavily.
Yeah.
And when you start to hear these points come, when we start to say these points, you think about Rojo Rollers, 270 points in 3 seasons. And then you have Minty Maniacs, 500 points in 4 appearances.
Right. That's pretty impressive.
A little bit different, very impressive.
Yeah.
But as we get higher in this list, you'll see the point total go up and up.
Yeah.
Moving on to 21, the Chocolatiers. A team we both kind of fell in love with.
Yeah, I love
with
them.
the Marble Survivor 100. A 6th place finish for them. Obviously disappointing not to get in the top 5, but Bon Bon was a racer we both rooted for.
Captain.
Yes, Bon Bon. Other stats, Marble League, they came in 7th place as their best finish in 5 seasons. Again, not great, not awful. Marbula 1, really nothing to show for. 15th place, really only 1 medal. Along with their 2 appearances, and that's 20 races, they have 1 medal.
Yeah, I think they're another historic team that really has nothing to show for it. 7th place in 5 Marble League seasons. 7th is the best you could do. That's really bad. I think Marble Survival 100 carried it for us because they were able to get a 6th place finish. That's some recency bias, but pretty solid. And I think we're good to move on.
Yeah. Balls of Chaos.
Did I just say what? Did I just say something wrong? Whatever. You go ahead.
No, go for it. No, it's you.
Oh, it's me.
Balls of Chaos.
Balls of Chaos, number 20. Probably maybe my least favorite team in this entire circuit.
Oh, wow.
But
why is that?
I don't know. I think it's maybe their chant. They scare me a little bit. They're a little chaotic, and I find that they never do anything successful, and that's why they're this low. Highest Marble League finish was 5th in 5 seasons. If you have 5 cracks at the Marble League, you want to at least bring home 1 medal.
Absolutely,
I would think.
Yeah.
MS 100, 27th place, absolutely horrible. And then Marbula 1, 4th place finish in 4 seasons. Again, you play 4 seasons in a tournament. You'd like to see. I mean, 4th place is not horrible, but you'd like to see better than that.
Yeah, I mean, we both value podiums and
Yes,
medals, so
100%.
obviously that was a factor when we placed them where they placed. Number 19, the Thunderbolts, a team with a great fan base.
Yeah,
a team with a great fan base. You know,
Thunderbolts.
Bolt, Shock, some great racers. A good performance in Survivor 100, 10th place finish, a top 10 finish. Marble League, their 3rd place finish is the best they had in 7 seasons. That's substantial to me, and we'll get into why. But Marbula 1, 6th place is their best finish in season 2 in 5 seasons, every season of Marbula 1.
Yeah.
The Thunderbolts have the most bronze medals of any team in JMR.
Very interesting fact.
We both talked about this, but take me through why we put them 19th when they have the most bronze medals.
You put me on the spot here. I think you ranked these guys at 19th, but
there's one answer.
I think it's because
there's one answer.
I think it's because they just didn't have any gold. You see all
That's
the bronze, and that's great, and that shows consistency. But you need to be able to show that you can win at the peak.
110%. I didn't mean to put you on the spot because I think I did rank this guy.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, reading about their Marbula 1 history, Marble League history, they have no gold medals.
Yeah,
and to me, we said it, I think last week or the week before, you got to be first.
Yeah, and if you can't
second place,
gold, it's not going to do it.
Second place, first loser. Third place, second loser. That's what some say. Obviously, very impressive. They've been on the podium that many times. No gold. That was a major factor for me.
Absolutely. Let's speed through a couple of these. Not speed, but let's just go a little faster so we can get to that top 10 and really expound.
Absolutely.
18th, we have the host for your upcoming Marble League, Gliding Glaciers. Cannot wait for this to see how they are as hosts. But they've come. They had a 3rd place finish in Marble League in 3 seasons, which is really impressive. And Marbula 1, really nothing to show for it. 10th best in 2 seasons. Only 1 silver medal they've ever had in Marbula 1. So just not good enough, right? Smack dab in the middle of these rankings about.
Moving on to 17. Much to our chagrin, Team Primary falls at 17.
Yeah.
Just to name a couple stats quick, Marbula 1, 2nd place finish in 4 seasons with their best racer result being 4th. Marble League at 8th place finish in 3 seasons. One fun fact.
Yeah, rip the fun fact.
I'll go really quick.
I know you were excited about this.
We are a Team Primary podcast. In Marble League 2018, Team Momo had a really crushing blow of injuries, all in succession. There was a lot of talk, the jungle jumpers helping them out, maybe them being disqualified from the whole event. Actually, Team Primary stepped in. I believe it was Mary and was it Rima? Was it Mary and Rima? Oh, I'm sorry, Prim and Mary joined Team Momo and actually represented Team Momo in Marble League 2018. They didn't perform that well, which is obviously sad.
Story.
But that's a really touching story. It's the first time in JMR history this has ever happened.
Yeah,
when you had 2 racers from Team Primary or any other team step in and help Team Momo out.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a cool fun fact. Just more of a reason why we're a Team Primary podcast here.
That is a cool tidbit. I think I had heard about it, but to hear the full story is really awesome.
And actually, the name they went with, Team Momo Mary. So a little creativity there. We threw the Momo in and the Team Primary name in. Touching story for the Team Primaries fans out there.
Really touching. And I think 17th is a good spot for them. So much potential, but haven't lived up to it yet, I think is the theme for them.
We're rooting for them.
Yeah. 16th, talk about forgettable. Talk about a team that both of us forgot was even in this circuit. I think this is the most forgettable team.
Yeah.
Shining Swarm. Literally the smack dab in the middle, 16th ranked team. Could not be more average. Nothing stands out about these guys. But Marble League, 3 appearances. They did have a 2nd place finish, which is a little wild, and 550 points in their 3 appearances, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
it's just that only making it 3 times, you'd like to see a little bit more there. And Marbula 1, 8th place is their best of all time, and MS 100 didn't really do anything. So there used to be known as the Silver Swarm, but then the Quicksilvers replaced the Gliding Glaciers. It's just a whole story. These guys stink.
Yeah, I don't know if we have one fan that listens. That's
that's what I'm saying. If you're a Shining Storm fan and you're offended, let us know in the comments. We'll have a back and forth.
Please, we'll do a history on them like we used to do. Number 15, the Cobalts. This was a tough one for both of us.
Yeah.
I think you might have done this, but
definitely
we struggled. Their Marble League history, they have 20 total points.
Yeah,
they have 1 appearance. Marbula 1, they have a 3rd place finish in 4 seasons, and they actually, obviously, their racer came in 2nd this year. That's what's kind of pushed us to make them 15.
The recent success has been
along with 2 Marble Showdown finishes, 1st place finishes in 20 and 21. For you science fans out there, they do represent the cobalt element. I'm not a science fan, so I won't go into that. But
Talk about the electrons.
Yeah, some electrons, 26 electrons, which they have 26 dots in their logo.
Yeah.
So pretty cool fun fact there. It seems like they're a racer that does better in Marbula 1. Looks like they're not really qualifying in Marble League. So maybe a team to watch out for not performing well.
Yeah,
in this upcoming Marble
if
League.
you're a betting person, maybe don't look for them to get into.
Let's short them.
Yeah,
let's fade them.
Yeah, 14. We got the Green Ducks, a team we just saw. I mean, look, they have a pretty solid history. Marble League, they have a second place finish in 4 seasons. They've hosted Marble League. In those 4 seasons, 611 total points in Marble League. That's pretty good.
Very good.
That's very good. And then Marbula 1, their history. Obviously, you've seen. You think that this year would be their best. They actually had a 3rd place finish in 5 seasons overall, being in Marbula 1, but they had this big collapse this year, which was really tough to see. So we have them at 14th, top half of the list, but towards the bottom of that top half.
Oh, I've never heard about that collapse. So what happened there?
Just next question.
All right.
I mean, why even ask that question? It's just ridiculous.
That's all.
Yeah, Mallard and Billy both combined for 1 point in the final 2 weeks to give Crazy Cat's Eyes a 50-point lead.
Resounding win.
Yeah.
Another homage to the Mighty Ducks there, which we read about. So Green Ducks, Mighty Ducks, for you hockey fans out there. Number 13, I don't think anybody cares. We can just skip that. Oceanics, who cares? Let's move on to 12.
You want me to cover it?
I don't have any time for them. But, Oceanics, 451 total points in Marble League. Could be better than that if they really were good.
You're reading like one of those advertisers when it's just
I just could care less about this team. So
3rd and 5 seasons in Marble League and 10th and 2 seasons in Marbula 1.
Marbula 1, they have a 10th place finish. We all remember the summer and how that went. I'm not even going to mention that on camera. So we're going to move on to 12 there.
Yeah, we will in a second. I just want to say about the Oceanics that MS 100 first place finish is if they can have another good finish next year's MS 100, could be a dynasty, could move Oceanics up this list, especially if MS 100 becomes a staple of this Marbleverse. Sorry.
Doubt it. Hazers.
Let's go to Hazers at number 12. Thank you. Solid team. Obviously, we saw them in Marbula 1 this year, had a really good finish, came in 3rd. Their best finish in Marbula 1 is actually 2nd. So out of 4 seasons, they have a 2nd and a 3rd finish. That's really, really good. And then Marble League, they have a 3rd place in 4 seasons. Almost 600 points in Marble League throughout 4 years. So Hazers, definitely some not a ton of history, but their history is really good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we placed them pretty well. That's we both easily agreed on that one. So
yeah, I think another a Marble League title or an M1 title could catapult them into dang near top 5.
I agree. Moving on to 11, the Midnight Wisps. Kind of contradicting the Cobalts in where their Marbula 1 stats aren't that impressive. Their Survivor 100 stats are not that impressive in this past summer, but their Marble League stats are very impressive. They have 788 total points, a first place finish in 2018. They seem to consistently qualify and consistently, do some damage and earn points. So that's why they kind of propelled up to 11. But a team with a first place finish, gold. And I value gold.
Absolutely. This is I think this is the first team on our list that has a Marble League title.
Correct.
Or maybe even a Marbula 1 title as well. But 788 total points is 200 plus more than any Marble we've listed already. So seriously impressive totals for Midnight Wisps. I think out of their 6 appearances, we'd like to see them maybe have another first place finish or something like that. But,
yeah, even a podium. But you know what? They're scoring points. So to me, that says they're 5th, they're 6th, they're 7th. They're around the top 10, top 5. So.
Absolutely. I think what ruins it for us is just that they're only a Marble League marble. It seems.
That seems
Yeah.
Not very versatile.
Is this you or me?
This is you. Into our top 10.
Into our top 10. Here we go. Number 10, Team Momo. We just talked about them merging with Primary. They have a rich history, and that was just one blip on it. But Marble League, they've been in there 6 times. 4th place finish is their highest. 647 points total in Marble League, which is lower than Midnight Wisps. But when you look at their other body of work, it's a little bit better. Marbula 1, they've gotten a 5th place finish in 4 seasons with a first place racer in season 4. Super impressive. And then MS 100, 15th place. So middle of the pack there. But when you think about MS 100, 15th place is really nothing to sneeze at because it's halfway up the table. You've beat half the racers, so you lasted almost 8 weeks.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I valued, not just because we loved that event, but we valued that a little bit more just because of how hard it was.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've talked about it in length, but definitely impressive from Momo. Number 9, the Bumblebees. A team we we're a little challenged where to put them.
Yeah.
Very solid squad. I think if you're a Bumblebee fan, you're pretty proud of your history. I just think back, and again, maybe this is recent, but I think back to the summer, and I think back to their third place finish in Survivor 100.
Yeah.
The fact they just kept battling.
Yep.
It's a team that just hung around, and ended up getting third place on the podium there. Marble League, they do have a second place finish in 23 in 3 appearances, which we thought was pretty impressive. 413 points over 3 seasons.
Decent.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
And Marbula won. An 8th place finish. Was it this year in season 5?
Yes,
that 8th
it
place
was.
finish in 4 seasons there. So an all-around solid marble. I think they're peaking at the right time with their second place finish in 23 and a third place finish this summer. So
yeah, I think they're a team that you just always see around, and that's something you gotta tip your hat to and give some credit to. They're point getters,
and definitely recently too,
especially.
Yeah, so watch out for them.
Another team, talk about recency, Snowballs. An unbelievable M1 campaign this year. Second place in season 5. Second place individual racer, Snowy, in season 1. So definitely some history there. Marble League, 7th place in 2 appearances, which is something that we talked about. 7th place is not great, and only 2 appearances in Marble League is a little concerning because they're not qualifying that much. But when you look at the showdown where they obviously did qualify for, they have a first place finish there. So I don't know, kind of a tough one to look at them in the Bumblebees and decide who was higher.
Yeah, again, I think this is probably where we'll have some trouble in the comments and people disagreeing with us, which is fine. This is where we started to struggle because you could argue Snowballs belong lower than the Bumblebees. You can, our next team could be lower.
Yeah.
An overall solid team. I really, it's hard to watch what we just watched in Marbula 1 and not put them up top.
Yeah.
And that's probably what we fell victim to. But I'm pretty confident.
I'm happy with them in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, who knows where.
Tough. Next up, Team Galactic. This is another team. Very interesting to read about.
Honestly, kind of shocked me.
Storied history. And the first one here we both talked about, Marble League. Their best result is a third place finish, but in 7 seasons. So they have over 800 points, but in 7 seasons.
Yeah.
So then you go and you look at a team like the Bumblebees, half the amount of points, but
less than half the amount of seasons.
Yeah, 4 less seasons. So that's something we cater to. We thought about.
Yeah.
M1, Marbula 1. That's where this team really took a step up. Let me just read it to you quick.
Yeah, do it.
Season 1, 5th place finish. Season 2 is 7th place finish. Individual racer, 4th place. Season 3, top 5 finish in 5th place. Season 4, 8th place finish. They consistently
that's
were
solid.
in the top 8.
Out of 20 marbles coming in top 7, top 5.
And they had 2 individual racers that came in top 5 finishes in 2 seasons. Obviously a step back here in season 5. I like that consistently over the last, first 4 seasons of Marbula 1.
Give me that tidbit you got there too.
This is a good tidbit. They hold the current record of not getting last place in 55 consecutive Marble League events. 55 consecutive.
That's insane.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Is anybody even close?
I can't
maybe
imagine.
That's something for the people watching.
Yeah. If somebody could dig that up, that would be insane. But please don't trouble yourself. I don't want you spending all day doing that. 55 consecutive events. That spans over pretty much all of their Marble League appearances.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been an event that they've come in last.
It says here as their only last place finish in their whole Marble League history was their first event.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense.
Talk about impressive.
That is very impressive.
And I think we're going to have to check, season 5 Marbula 1 because that record could be in jeopardy. Because I know they did not have a really good season.
This is just Marble League history. This is just
Marble
League history.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We're not talking M1 here. We're talking the granddaddy from all Marble League.
So we're going to have to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, 100%.
In a couple of weeks here.
Yeah. I hope that they can make it.
I hope so, too. Number 6,
the Pinkies. I think this was perfect slot for them. It's definitely impressive. They have a first place finish in Marble League in 2022 that people will not forget. It was an impressive victory. They have 6 total seasons in Marble League. Only 648 points. A little concerning with how low that is, but the gold obviously speaks for itself. And 2 seasons in the showdown, they have a second place finish. Marbula 1, 12th place in 3 seasons. You'd like to see a little improvement there. It's a theme. I feel like a lot of marbles who are good in Marble League are not as good in Marbula 1.
It's definitely
until we get to the top of this list, then that'll change. Yeah. But and MS 100, 17th place. Now looking at this after talking about Pinkies and Team Galactic, I'd be willing to maybe swap those two.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. I think I'm with you too. But it's tough. And, I'm going to go right into number 5, if you don't mind, just because I think it all comes together.
Yeah.
Marble League. They have a first in Marble League. The Raspberry Racers, a first place finish in Marble League with 908 points. So we just looked at the Pinkies, 648 points
in 6 seasons.
908 points for the Raspberry Racers
in 6 seasons.
Yeah, thank you for the assist.
Good back and forth.
So very impressive there. Now that I look at these numbers, I think you're totally right.
Yeah,
I think the Pinkies really need to be moved down.
They could be 7th, 8th, maybe.
But to finish, we're jumping all over the place. But to finish the Raspberry Racers, Marbula 1 not as great. They have a 14th place finish in 3 seasons. MS 100 they did come in 7th. But you know what? That point total in Marble League was really impressive, and that's why they cracked the top 5.
100%. You want me to slide in number 4?
Let's go. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. This team, really impressive when you look at all their stats. Mellow Yellow, one of the oldest teams going. They've qualified for every single Marble League. 8 seasons of Marble League they've been part of.
That's impressive.
Only 1 title, which is a little concerning, and only 880 points, which is also not amazing for all those 8 seasons, but qualifying every single year, really impressive. 2021 took home the championship. They've never missed a Marble League. Obviously, just said that. Marbula 1, not as good. 10th place in 3 seasons. But MS 100 this past year, 2nd place. So Mellow Yellow, really just you can't deny them a top 4 spot. They could even be higher than this.
Absolutely. It's a racer that is definitely scary, but interesting again. Marbula 1, not as good. Number 3, I'm going to let you take number 3.
Okay, I'll take it.
Some
people might be upset about this just because everyone gets upset when I mention this team. I'm wearing their shirt, the Yellow Rangers. I talked about it before in this podcast. Unbelievable history, a lot of wins. Marble League, 1st place. It was all the way back in 2017, which is a little concerning because it's a different league back then. It's adapted to now, so maybe not the recent success that we'd like to see. But they have the most points second most points in Marble League history with 1,063. So they're always around. And then Marbula 1, they also have a 1st place finish in 4 seasons and a 2nd individual racer. So hard to deny them the 3rd spot here with a championship in Marble League and Marbula 1.
Yeah, no, for our American fans, I think it's the Dallas Cowboys. For the European fans, there might be a soccer team out there that is comparable to them. What have you done for me lately? And that's the Rangers. Great storied franchise. The history is never ending, but
they're still around.
Can they win something in this generation, in this century?
Yeah.
That's the question that all Rangers fans everywhere are asking.
It has been almost a decade since we meddled in League.
We might have been in diapers when that happened.
We were in high school, I think.
Number 2. We're moving on from the Rangers. Number 2, Crazy Cat's Eyes. Wow. Just wow. I mean, we've given them their flowers over the past 6 months here, but a Marble League 1st place finish in 23, 829 total points with 6 appearances. Pretty impressive. Marbula 1. I mean, come on. Season 5, 1st place finish with a dominant exclamation point on that. And a 1st place finish in season 2. Individual racer, 3 wins. Wow. It's just domination.
Yeah. The trophy cabinet is getting full.
Yeah, but you know what? MS 100, they really took that off. 26th place finish.
That's not their bread and butter.
Can we blame them after the success they've had? I mean, they probably just threw the towel and said, well, we're going to get ready for the next one.
Yeah.
So just we know how storied and how good they are. So we'll go to number 1.
Yeah, if you're keeping track, there's only 1 team left that has not been said. Hard to put any team above them. In fact, it's pretty impossible. The Savage Speeders, Marble League, they have 2 titles. They've been in all 8 Marble Leagues. They've won in 2016 and 2020. The one caveat about 2016 is that it was like I believe it was the first Marble League. So kind of an iffy championship there. There might have been less racers going on in that championship. There might have been a little bit less of high competition. And then the other championship they have is 2020. So that was the COVID year. Hard to give too much credibility for a COVID year championship.
Same thing about that one.
So a little concern there, but when you look at their total points over these 8 seasons, 1,155 points. There's no denying that they're the best Marble League team of all time.
Yeah, looking here, our top 2 teams, the Savage Speeders and Crazy Cat's Eyes, it looks like they really dominated Marbula 1. I mean, 1st place in season 1 and season 4 for the Savage Speeders. Crazy Cat's Eyes, 1st place in season 2 and season 5.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments tarbell me who won season 3. It wasn't any of these 2 teams, but you know what? It's terrifying when you look at these 2 teams and their history.
Yeah. Marbula 1 is dominated by these 2 franchises.
To make another comparison, maybe it's like Real Madrid and Barca here. These 2 teams.
Back and forth.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary. But I think that's it.
Oh, I'll tell you who won Marbula 1. It was the Yellow Rangers.
Season 3.
I guess so, because they have a first place in Formula One. So
Well, I can tell you that quick if you want to.
yeah, sure. I'll riff for a second. So that was our top 32. Definitely let us know what you think about what you'd change. You got it on all Rangers?
Need 2 seconds.
You go up top, right here.
Team champion, Rangers. Yep. Crazy Cat's Eyes came in second in season 3.
Yeah. So
just continued domination.
Crazy Cat's Eyes was right knocking on the door. It looked like a 4-point win too. So that must have been exciting to watch. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on these. This was just kind of a filler episode before we get to Marble League. Cannot wait for that.
100%. Really excited. Really excited to have over 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
so thank you again for that. Fun kind of list, fun filler week. We definitely learned a lot doing all this research.
Yeah, hope you did too.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell us where we went wrong, because I'm sure we went wrong at some point.
Tell us definitely what you think, where we went wrong, and also give us. So in between seasons, we're going to do these filler episodes when we have this week to do them. So give us another idea for the next one. We've heard some ideas about doing the NHL, doing Premier League, doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely look into those. But I think you're good.
I'll leave it with this. Our top 3, I'm pretty certain about.
Yeah,
please come at me, but I think that top 3 is solid.
Yeah,
Rock
Savage
solid.
Speeders, Crazy Cat's Eyes, no Rangers. Good luck refuting that.
Absolutely. Remember the giveaway. Remind us about the giveaway one more time.
Yeah. So drop your favorite team. So you got to subscribe to the channel. You have to be a subscriber. You got to like this video. You got to comment who you think, who your favorite marble team is and why you love marble racing. Just give us a nice story, and we'll select a winner and we'll contact them.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds great.
Sounds like we're rolling out.
All right, we're rolling out, guys.
Peace.
And girls. And marbles.
Everywhere.